So I will give them the go, good luck. Wait. Someone missing. No, they're all here. Okay, so there we have KSA and USA. We've got the full Shopify Rebellion roster against Venom, TRK, and Nwpo on EU server. Everybody's got 100 ping, apart from Venom, who's got 72 ping. He's hacking. How on earth did he got 72 ping from Saudi Arabia to Europe? That's actually incredible. An amazing connection. We're going to be starting off with 3v3, and then after that we're going to be playing a 2v2, and then after that it's going to be 1v1. Now, Shopify Rebellion haven't got a S tier 1s player on their roster. So, you know, in crew battles, well, in the fusion format which we're using, that means you pretty much have to win all the 3s and 2s. But they're going to fancy their chances in 3v3 because although they're against a very stacked KSA lineup, it's still a pickup team. You know, it's still one of the Falcons roster, one of the Twisted Minds roster, and then Nwpo, who's currently banned from RLCS. So Shopify should be the favorites here, but already Nwpo punches in a goal in the 3v3. I did reach out to TRK and Nwpo initially about this because I noticed they were the only Saudi players online that I could see. Well, they're the first Saudi people online I saw. Right now in Saudi Arabia, they've got a bunch of exams happening, and it's also 2 in the morning, so most of them are sleeping. But yeah, these guys were online. I said, who do you want to play with? They said Venom. They picked Venom. He's online. They're good to go. It's a good save there, but they're going to need more than that. It's not a clear ball. It does end up in the back of the net. Now, I see a lot of people saying that they got ads right now. That is very surprising. I don't know why that's happening, because I definitely ran ads at the start of the stream, and it says it pre-rolls off for like 60 minutes. So if you are watching back the VOD here to ask why we're getting ads, I can only apologize. I definitely ran ads at the start of this stream. So my bad. I guess Twitch have changed something without telling me. So yeah, sorry about that. A long way back for Shopify Rebellion here. I mean, this isn't their home turf. This is the downside. Is, you know, they'll fancy their chance in 3s against any team from the Middle East, I'm sure, because, you know, Shopify Rebellion they're a solid team in North America right now. They've been chilling around about, you know, the top 10, top 12 range in NA this season. I think right now they've probably just peaked inside the top 10. It's right about where I'd put them. So yeah, they're definitely a team who would expect to be in with a chance against any team from the Middle East, especially a pickup team. But there's always that nervous factor you've got to weigh in whenever you're against a pickup team. You've got to wonder, does that put pressure on the real roster, the real team, to deliver the result that they're expected to get? We actually saw this happen during COVID with Guild against Rettle's first killer in Chicago pickup team. I was, you know, speculating that the NA team there wouldn't really have a lot of pressure on them because they're up against a real roster. Nobody expects the pickup team to win, but it kind of went the other way. All the real rosters in that stream did win. So I reckon Shopify fancy the chance this year. They've just gotten off to a horrendous start, and now they've stabilized into a bit more of I'd say a better looking game for them. There's still a long way to go. Oh, that's a beautiful pass by Venom down to Nwpo. Shopify did well to deal with it. Everybody, of course, wondering with Nwpo, who's he going to join? Who's going to pick him up? It's like the next Zen, I think, for most of us. After seeing how successful Zen was post-ban. Nwpo, one split later, you'll be unbanned at the start of next season. For those of you who are wondering. And everybody's wondering, where is he going to end up? Such a talented player. That's a great save. But TRK is going to run it in a circle and make it 4-0. That was a really good stop on the goal line, actually. It looks like Paarth might have just gotten a bit ahead of himself there with the pre-flip save. Johnny, you're just setting up NA for another L. You're not slick. Listen, I knew somebody was going to come in and say that, but I'm going to give you guys do you want the full rundown of how this show match ended up happening? I'm happy to give you guys the full rundown of why we're watching KSA versus USA tonight. Type 1 in chat if you want the full rundown, because I think we've gone through probably more iterations of potential show matches tonight than ever before. Okay, maybe not true. That's not true. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not true. But yeah, one of the reasons why I'm a 1v1 show match streamer predominantly and not a 2v2 or a 3v3 show match streamer is because it's much easier to get 2 players to commit to playing a 1v1 than it is to get 4 players to play a 2v2 or 6 players to play a 3v3, or in this format, 6 players to play a crew battle. So I've reached out to, I'm not going to say all the top 16, but let's say I've reached out to every single team in the NA top 12 to see who wants to play a crew battle tonight, and they're either all busy or they're wanting to do it on another day that they're not coming off the back of a ton of scrims, or they're just simply dodging Furia, because Furia, I actually had Furia confirmed for tonight. They were gonna play, but it took me so long. In fact, it took me 24 hours before I was able to confirm a North American team who would actually play against Furia. That team was Shopify Rebellion. So shout out Shopify Rebellion. They were the first team out of all the top NA teams that I messaged who said, yeah, we'll play Furia. Unfortunately, by that time, Furia had made other plans. So at that point, I was like, oh no, I've just confirmed Shopify for a show match that's no longer happening. So I go to my friends list, and I'm looking at my friends list. I'm like, okay, Europe's all in bed. Who's online? Of course, who can you always count on to be online? Nwpo and Trk. Those guys are just awake playing Rocket League anytime they're not supposed to be. So that's how we ended up with these guys getting into the lobby. So yeah, get a bit of a roundabout way. At one point I thought it was going to be Nwpo Trk +1 playing Furia. At one point I thought it was going to be Shopify Rebellion playing Furia. And we ended up with just them playing each other. But you know, we had to go ahead with some match. Because it's the first ever Trk511 sponsored show match, which I think now that we're at the end of game 1 here, and we're going to switch server, good time for me to shout that out. So this show match, as you'll notice in the title of the stream, is sponsored by Trk511. What is Trk511? I can hear you asking. That is a weekly podcast that I do live with Rizzo and CJ, and usually a guest. We're actually going to be live with a weekly episode right after this. Oh, for goodness sake. Right after this show match, which is really, really shocked in itself. Brilliant. There's an update. We have to install. It wouldn't be a Trk511 sponsored show match without having a version mismatch. So we're just going to really quickly install that. Give me a minute here. But yeah, if you haven't heard of Trk511, definitely give it a listen. They might just go for it. I don't know if they want it. Bro, says Paarth. He's talking about the map. Maybe they like the ping. I don't know. Bro, what in the world, he says. I'm just going to keep typing, because last time I didn't do this, they were like, wait, is this ping? Is this ping test? No problem, they say. Paarth is flipping. No problem. Alright then, let's just do it. Let's see if USA can pull one back. We've got Shopify Rebellion representing USA today. KSA's super team had a pretty spectacular game 1 result. Now you might have noticed there that was the patented 2v2 kickoff strat that Trk and Nwpo have been doing, much to the annoyance of Vatira recently, if you're wondering what that's all about. They're somewhere between a back corner kickoff and a close cheat. It's like if the back corner kickoff and the close cheat kickoff had a baby, that's what these guys are doing. They're just hitting the ball slightly to the back corner, and it's very, very strong, because you just get a free shot a bunch of the time, and a lot of the rest of the time you just get a possession. So it's very, very good if you can do it as well as they do. They're off to a flyer here. Absolute banger to the bottom corner by Trk. I don't think Paarth was expecting this shot to go in this angle. Or, yeah, it was 2Piece actually. Yeah, he's probably expecting that to go across the goal. It went straight behind him. Absolute laser by Trk. Let's see if they go for this same kickoff strike again. No, they're going to go for the demo. Oh my goodness, this is going to be brutal, isn't it? Oh, this is just going to be brutal. These guys are pretty good at their kickoffs. They're actually pretty good. So the demo lands. It's 2-0. They've just got so many kickoffs that they're very good at. I mean, they're very good at standard kickoffs, obviously, but they've got that, cheat that's a bit to the side. They've got the demo as well. Sometimes they just fully fake it. I mean, this is just an absolute baptism in fire for the Shopify Rebellion lads. Oh, might get a goal back though. 2Piece will. Nice flick from close range. And yeah, it's off the back of a bit of a blunder there by Nwpo, who just collapsed TRK into his own net. It looked hilarious from that angle. Brilliant stuff by Nwpo. Well played. Yeah, I know a lot of chats coming in. They're saying, this isn't fair. Why have you put Shopify Rebellion against like a top KSA team? Well, I did explain how this show match came about earlier. If you want to know, go back and watch Game 1. I did explain. It was, I think, in the final 2 minutes, minute and 30 seconds of Game 1, how this show match came about, and why, yeah, why it ended up happening this way. Oh, nice little kickoff strat there by Shopify Rebellion. Look at this. 2Piece going to get a free possession for himself. Nwpo actually leaves it for TRK. That's great awareness there. Not to double commit unnecessarily. I'll not extend the double commit any longer than it already had. Somebody's saying fix the overlay. Is there something wrong with the overlay that I'm missing out on? I don't have a large preview visible right now. What am I missing? It's a good call there by Paarth. He actually just guessed correctly that yeah, he just guessed correctly that that shot wasn't going to be easy enough. Great lead by 2Piece as well. These are some nice plays by 2Piece and Paarth. Obviously, they've just been a bit up against it by a beast of a passing play, followed up by a kickoff strat that went right. Why did it say 1-0 KSA? It's because about 2 days ago, before we all updated Rocket League, KSA did in fact win a 3v3 game. This is game 2. The overlay is correct. Sorry to anybody tuning in wondering what happened in the other match. You can check out the VOD later on. Trk might not have had a flip there. It didn't look like he faked that at all. Still a lot of time left for 2Piece and Paarth. They're settling into this match nicely now. Very effective downward bounce on that. Paarth had a bit of an open net to aim at, but he didn't get the shot on target. Now here comes TRK. Love that rotation back by Paarth. Just pressuring TRK, forcing him to make a move. Nwpo's actually just dove way out of position there. TRK was not behind him. That challenge was completely isolated. TRK does handle the ensuing pressure play. All the boost on that side of the field being stolen there. And now, not a lot left. Paarth accidentally misses in the panic situation. Still though, great comms. Nice little offload to the left there. Paarth trying to spot where TRK is. Spot where Nwpo was, I should say. It's a very creative shot there by Paarth to just try and slow the ball down, force the goalkeeper to miss in that way. Patience by 2Piece. Right up until the last minute there, followed by the double commit. The recovery is good though. TRK Nwpo having to work for this one. Yeah, this is kind of what I mean. I think these guys did have legitimately a chance to win this right until they got stomped in the 3v3. You know, it's hard to imagine an upset against a player of Nwpo's caliber in ones, TRK's caliber in ones. Who knows? Maybe today's the day. Just one game. Shopify Rebellion can pull it off. Before they can even think about that. Got to finish off this 2v2. TRK with the mind game, and the flip reset goes underneath the final defender. It's all too easy for TRK. This is a move that he loves to go for. Fakes the flip reset high, actually brings the ball slowly down, or pretty quickly I should say, down to the ground with him. And then faking it underneath. Do Paarth and 2Piece have anything left? That's a great attempt by Paarth, but well saved by TRK. 2Piece is going to give it a go with the double tap. Nwpo intercepts that one at origin. Infield pass again from KSA, and it's another banger of a shot. They've passed infield very well in this match. Nwpo pathing perfectly over so many small boost pads there to keep his momentum up, and slams another shot into the back of the net. I'm gonna need to ask again, because this is really puzzling me. Yeah, a lot of people saying ads right now. If you are actually getting ads, I don't know if this is just like spam. Ads should not be running. Just if anyone comes back and watches this VOD, I deliberately ran a bunch of ads at the very start of this stream, which has been so far going for, I think, half an hour. And that should have should have prevented ads from running for a whole hour. So yeah, my apologies if you are getting ads. You're watching back right now on the VOD. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. But I can only say Twitch are up to something. Yeah, I swear I ran ads at the very start of the stream. I swear I did. Did I not run ads at the very start of the stream? Type one if you got ads at the very start of the stream. I swear I did. I swear I ran them. Maybe Twitch have changed something like viewers who join the stream after the ads have ran still get ads. So yeah, this is the 1v1. I'm curious to see who Shopify are going to send out for this. 2Piece and Paarth look like they might be discussing it amongst themselves, as do Nwpo and Trk. You know, everybody is saying why Shopify representing USA. Firstly, they're the team who stepped up to the challenge, and you have to respect them for that. You know, they knew who they were up against, and they could have easily said, nah, we don't want to play EU server. We only want to play NA. That's something that a lot of top teams and players say these days. So I wouldn't have thought any less of them for saying that, but they said, nah, we'll give it a go. Let's see what happens. Give themselves a new test. This is going to be a massive test for Paarth against Nwpo in 1v1. This is to keep his team in the match. Can Paarth do it? Nwpo's already got a kickoff possession for himself. Flip reset to work with, and a top shelf shot to finish off. Pretty difficult sequence from Paarth's POV. So Paarth, if he is noticing there, tried to push the kickoff to the outside, didn't work. He should be switching on his next one. This one won't matter too much because it is straight spawn. Looks like it's going to be a pretty similar outcome. Paarth waited on his goal line last time. He's going to wait on his goal line this time, and he's been mind gamed this time. I feel like he might have to go to earn Nwpo's respect. You've got to go at some point in 1v1 just to see. Why no Venom? Teams are allowed in crew battle format to use the same player in 1s and 2s. Otherwise, it would be even more one-sided in favor of the team with the 1s main. Because think about it, Nwpo would just play this against someone who's even less likely to take him on. Oh, that's a great shot, to be fair. This is just disgusting. I mean, Nwpo, he scored one flip reset to the top shelf, then he's completely mind-gamed another one. Now he's flip reset, wave dashed it over the top of Paarth. Paarth has to challenge. I mean, if you challenge and he outplays you, fair enough. But if you just sit there and wait for him to outplay you, I mean, it's just asking for trouble. Now, can he hit him back with... Oh my goodness, he's Pogo Nwpo! What a shot! Well, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? Paarth just hits a pogo shot on Nwpo. It's not even a pogo shot, it's a pogo air dribble into a shot. Well done. Nwpo thought it was coming out a lot more quickly than that. Absolutely amazing. 100% success rate almost from both players with their striking so far, is it? Not quite. Nwpo missed a shot. Unlike Paarth, who is just goated with his accuracy. And he's pinched that one backwards. Can't imagine he meant that. Now here comes Nwpo with the double tap. Gone a bit high with it though. That does force him to hit it just a touch wide. Paarth trying to keep control here. That is a great move to dodge the demo as well. Nwpo just slowing Paarth down there. Just hit his brakes just briefly, just to take all the momentum away from Paarth's flip as he landed. Nwpo no flip reset yet. Paarth goes, and he does successfully get the challenge off. That's actually open if he get it hard enough. Nwpo pre-jumps though, and clears the danger. And then if Nwpo had pre-jumped that, I think it would have been trouble for him. Lovely little half flip into the boost seal leaves Paarth completely stranded. Nwpo just lets him hit the ball straight past him, and it'll be 4-1. Paarth nearly defended his back corner boost there, but not quite. Beast RL, thanks for the prime. Welcome to the channel. Love that fake kickoff by Paarth. That's so smart, especially if you're losing kickoffs. Just to mix one of those in there. Nwpo is in fact orbiting right now. Paarth just says no problem, lets him waste his boost for nothing, and then watches him land before commencing his attack once again. Yeah, I didn't know that there was a Fennec added in the new map, just a floating Fennec obstacle. So Nwpo just charges in, showing absolutely no respect to Paarth's immediate shooting potential. You know, a moment ago I said about Paarth's defense that he has to go at some point, he has to challenge at some point, because if he doesn't, Nwpo is just going to get closer and closer and closer before pulling the trigger. It's kind of the same in offense as well. Paarth right there, he's not pulled the trigger a couple of times there on immediate flicks, immediate long shots, and if he wants to, you know, get Nwpo to back off ever wants Nwpo to leave him alone, he has to shoot the ball immediately at some point. He has to like try and take immediate control and flick it straight away. Oh no, don't tell me we're going to get a 7-1 on the new Brazil map. This is not fair. This is not fair. Paarth doesn't deserve this. Memory and 2Piece have left him out to try. Great challenge though. There we go. So now Nwpo's got to worry about potential early challenges from Paarth, who Nwpo no doubt was expecting to be sitting back in his goal line here. And now, look at that. Paarth able to force. No, he's not. I thought he was going to force it on goal, but Nwpo saved it. What has just happened? Nwpo might actually be able to slot another goal here. No, he won't. It's off the post now. Well, these exchanges are very hard to predict. I apologize for calling that one early. But will Paarth flick early? No, he cuts in field. Mind games Nwpo, who still manages to stay goal side. Paarth might be able to get this turned around before Nwpo arrives. Not quite. Nwpo with a very creative interception stops the attack short of actually resulting in a shot on target. Nwpo advancing with a reset. Paarth spots an opening. He's just trying to keep this away from a 7-1 score. Can he get one goal? That's really all he needs right now. Just one goal to deny the Brazil on the Brazil map. That's all he's hoping for. And you know what? Maybe if you get one more, suddenly the scoreline looks a bit more winnable. Paarth, no flip on this play. Has to get a good hitbox in the 50. Doesn't get one. Nwpo with his ceiling double. He's going to make it 7-1. It's what you all wanted. It's Paarth's worst nightmare. You know, has had some moments and he's had some streaks in this game where he's looked like he absolutely belongs here. There's just another few moments in isolation that have kind of exposed the lack of experience that he's got for 1v1. But you know, Paarth's clearly got a lot of potential for 1v1. This is Nwpo we're talking about. He's one of the absolute best in the world. You should not be judging Paarth as poorly at all for being 7-1 down to Nwpo. It can happen to absolutely anyone. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. Nwpo's just ridiculous. But yeah, like I said earlier, what Paarth and what I think a lot of you guys who are watching need to do, if you know you're the less experienced ones player, if you know that your opponent is dangerous or is even favored against you, and of course this can even refer to 2v2 and 3v3 as well when you're up against better players, which, you know, Nwpo is better in 1v1. We have to just go ahead and say that. You have to be aggressive. If you're not aggressive early, your opponent is just going to completely control the ball. He's going to make you look a bit silly like Paarth did for the first 3 goals of this game. But you know, after a while he kind of warmed up to it. He started challenging, started making more confident plays on the ball, and he actually went for some pretty creative kickoff strats as well. So credit to Paarth. But Venom's already left. He's like, yeah, he's off to bed. This is a win. 9-3. He's thinking that'll do. Nwpo's not losing this. Be quite funny actually if Nwpo just disconnected and Paarth wins, and then Venom's already gone to sleep, which can't really blame him. It is 2:45 in the morning in KSA. You know, Paarth, if you are watching this back, hats off to you. This is a tough situation to be in, and you've made some good plays in this game. My number one advice to Paarth would be to be even cheekier. Is my advice to everybody. Even cheekier with the kickoffs, because I love the fake kickoff. I'd love to see a delayed kickoff at some point. If you can wave dash recovery kickoff, that is a brilliant one to throw in as well, but that's a bit more situational. Some players can do that, some players are not comfortable with it. Paarth doesn't want an easy open net here. He might just be settling for a 10-3 scoreline. Is he going to try and get one more? Doesn't look like it. Is he? No? No, he's just going to let it drop. 10-3, GG's. And yeah, again, big thanks to Shopify Rebellion for taking this match. They didn't need to step out of their home server. It would have been absolutely respectable to say, no, we only play on USE servers. A lot of teams do make that their go-to statement. They didn't do that. They said, you know what, let's just give it a go. Let's see what we can do here. But yeah, they probably knew after the 3v3 went pretty badly that this was going to be a very uphill battle. At that point, they needed the 2v2 win, and then they probably needed the KSA team to ego them by not picking 1v1 when it's their turn to pick a match. GG's. But yeah, I'd love to see them run it back in NA with another NA team.